Mexican curry chicken. Curry chicken is on the menu here at the Young's house, and I'm gonna show you how to make it taste good. This recipe is a lot of fun to make, and it is packed with like ultimate flavor. If you've ever had curry, then you know what curry's supposed to taste like. This recipe today is what it's supposed to taste like. Here's what you're gonna need. And I'll be talking about maybe a couple other ingredients, like if you wanna throw it in, okay, that I'm not putting in. I have some chicken legs. You can use any of the pieces of chicken that you want to use. You even can use like a boneless, skinless, you know, like the breast or the thigh, whatever. But I like to have some skin on mine. So I have the legs and I've washed them off using a little bit of lemon juice, some salt, and some cold water. Actually, I used the lime, I'm sorry. So here's the lime that we used. You're gonna need a really interesting ingredient. We have some Sazon seasoning packet. It's gonna bring great color, a lovely taste to your curry, okay? Now you're gonna need some sugar. Sugar, absolutely, but it's brown sugar. You can use the the darker color brown sugar if you want. This is the lighter one. We're gonna do something really interesting, something authentic, okay? So now I got a nice sweet Vidalia onion. One of those ingredients that you can use that I'm not using today is fresh carrot. If you want some fresh carrots in there, you can put that in there, okay? But y'all know I don't like carrots, so I ain't putting them in today. And you can also put some fresh thyme in there, okay? It's gonna really bring home a great flavor. Now, I have coconut milk, okay? Do not get the coconut milk that's sweetened. It has to be unsweetened, okay? Coconut milk, unsweetened. We're putting some potatoes in. So I just got 2 potatoes because they're so big. We're gonna chop them down into like medium-sized pieces, you know. Tomato, fresh tomato. Look at this heirloom tomato and how gorgeous is it? Okay, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna put bell pepper. Any color bell pepper that you love, that's what we're gonna use, okay? And we're gonna serve our curry with our rice, okay? Or maybe you're serving it with brown rice or quinoa. I have a bunch of spices today because you need that flavor that we're looking for. We got the curry here. This is the kind of curry that I'm using. And we have onion and garlic powder, parsley flakes, of course, because it makes everything gorgeous. We're gonna be using some chicken bouillon powder. You're gonna need some broth. Doesn't matter what kind of broth, just get you some broth. And if you don't have none, like I don't have any today, I'm making a broth out of the bouillon powder, okay? We got some salt and pepper. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make curry. Special ingredient, I don't want to forget this one. Special ingredient that I'm going to be using today, I'm going to be using some sofrito. Okay, I made sofrito the other day for you guys in a video showing you how to make it, but this is really going to amp up the flavor and make it taste authentic. One of the first things that we're going to do to our chicken pieces, which in my case is the chicken leg. Doesn't matter what piece you're using. If it's the breast, the thigh, the wing, you're gonna cut some slits into the chicken. Doesn't matter where you cut it. Just get you some slits in there because guess what we're trying to do? We want flavor to go inside of the chicken, not just be on the outside, okay? And when we cut these slits in there, that flavor is gonna be able to get in there, and this, I mean, it's just gonna be a gorgeous taste. First thing we're gonna do, let's get started with seasoning our meat here. I have the Sazon. It's a seasoning packet. It gives color and great taste to whatever you use it on. I use it on all kinds of stuff, okay? So now, we're gonna put that Sazon in, and we're gonna season this chicken to make it taste good, right? If I can get it open. Got it open. Let's go ahead and put that on, just like this. And we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of lemon or lime juice, even though we washed it with the lime juice. Put a little bit of lime juice on just because it's flavorful. Okay, we're gonna put us some salt on. Gorgeous. We're gonna use some black pepper, and we'll flip them over and season the other side as well. Oh yeah. And a lot of garlic and onion powder on purpose. That's the garlic. Here's the onion. Flip her over and do the same thing. Get the other side seasoned. And I'm gonna let these set for about half an hour with these spices just seeping down into this beautiful protein on purpose. I feel like when you let the chill kind of come off of the meat, it just cooks up better. If you're cooking it and it's super cold, it don't cook up right. To me, it's just my opinion. I'm gonna go back in with this other half of the packet of the Sazon. Look at that lovely color that it brings to whatever. All right, a little bit more lime juice. Now that we let the spices kind of marry with the chicken and our oil is hot, we're gonna put them into the pan. That sizzle right there means we're moving in the right direction. So now, here's what we're gonna do. Once we begin to get some color onto your chicken pieces, we're gonna turn around and put about 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar into the pan, and it gives like a caramelized flavor that your taste buds are gonna absolutely love. Is it to make it sweet? Absolutely not. You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. But we're not gonna put it in until they get some color onto them. Oh, it smells good. Our chicken is getting brown. Let's go ahead and cut up any vegetables that you wanna put in your curry. Remember, you can put any vegetables that you love. I will be using some fresh garlic, so let's start with that. I kind of knock the garlic with the side of the knife like I did just to get the skin off. Otherwise, it takes forever to peel the fresh garlic, right? We don't have to chop it down super fine. Just get it chopped, right? Just like this, because it's going to stew for a while. Lovely. I'm going to set it right here. And then I'm going to start on the bell pepper, a green bell pepper for me. All right, chop it, slice it, dice it, however you want. Just get it in there for that color, for the benefits, and also for the great taste. We really just did a rough chop, nothing special here, okay? So let's go ahead and start on this nice sweet onion. You want to put carrots in there, you can. Any vegetable you want to put in here would be delicious, okay? This is just typically what I would put, all right? So now, you want to put you some fresh thyme in there, put you like 2 sprigs in there. I'm going to do the same thing with the sweet onion. I'm going to use all of it, okay? Just a rough chop. Before we go any further with our vegetables, I know my eyes are watering because of those onions, but we need onions, right? Let's check on them. See if we're getting some color. We're getting a little bit of color, but I wanted to get a more deeper color before we add that brown sugar, so we'll just let it go. Kind of let it cook for maybe 10 more minutes or so. But we're moving in the right direction. The tomato. Now listen, the tomato goes in like as an afterthought. At the last minute. If you put this tomato into your curry too early, you kind of ruin it. And the reason why I say that, because it'll turn into mush. So when's the right time to put it in? I would say a good, let's just say 8 minutes before you're ready to turn the curry completely off. That's when you add these gorgeous tomatoes in. And if you don't like cooked tomatoes, you don't have to use them. I love a good cooked tomato. Yeah, I do. Curry like we do here at the Young's house. Curry, oh my goodness. It's like making art. There's something special and something so exciting about learning how to make curry and get that flavor in there and make it taste good. Y'all, when I tell you this is one recipe that I can make every day, not literally, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. It's fun to make and everybody loves it, you know. But if you guys pick up this recipe and you make it, let me know how much you are enjoying this recipe. I want to know all the details, what your family said about it. You know, they're probably going to ask you to bring it to the next holiday, you know. I want to hear everything. I'm trying to decide whether I wanted to peel the potatoes or not. But honestly, if you're using like a Yukon Gold potato, you don't have to peel it because that skin is glorious. You know, you can eat it. This one with this russet, I would say go ahead and peel it, right? We're going to chop it into like big squares. If you do little pieces, then it really just turns into mush because this does have to simmer for a while, you know. So I'm going to show you the pieces that we're going to cut it in. And these two, because they're so big, oh, this is plenty enough. But watch how we're going to cut it down. Okay, the chicken smells absolutely amazing. Are you kidding me? Watch this. All right, that way, big pieces of potato, just like so. Go ahead and put those potatoes that we, you know, peeled and cut into some cold water because we're not ready to cook them. If you didn't do this, of course, they would turn brown because they've oxidized, right? You all know that. And so now let's set these aside. Our chicken is ready for the brown sugar. Okay, you can sprinkle the brown sugar all over the chicken, or you can just put it in the pan, but just use about 1.5 tablespoons to up to 2 tablespoons. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle it just like so. It gives it a caramelization that is like unforgettable. It's phenomenal. Just put it that way. Okay, so now here's what's going to happen. We'll let that cook. That brown sugar kind of gets a little caramely a little bit. That's not the word I'm looking for, but you know what we're saying. And then we're going to give them a flip over. Once we flip them over, we're going to come in with some sofrito. And the other day I showed you all how to make homemade sofrito. We'll be using 2 heaping tablespoons of that. And turn these chicken pieces over. I'm telling you one thing, it sure smells absolutely amazing. This is one curry dish. You want to write it down, save the video. Go ahead and put that sofrito right here. I've already put the 1 tablespoon, and we'll sprinkle it all throughout the pan, just like this. That sofrito will calm that hot sugar down a little bit. It will. Chicken, it's golden brown, and it looks and smells absolutely amazing. So let me tell you what I had to do. There was a bit too much oil in here for me. So I just took a clean paper towel, maybe 3 paper towels, and I blotted up the extra oil, but I was still left with all that goodness that's in the bottom of the pan. Here's what we're gonna do. See, the chicken, it looks like it's done, but it's not. Okay, we're gonna finish cooking this over on a larger stove, and you kind of just let it simmer for a while. We're going to make us some broth using the chicken bouillon powder, okay? So let's get that in there. Mix it up, and we're gonna pour it right in, and this chicken is gonna simmer in this chicken broth, okay? And now we're gonna put us some curry mix in there. You can be shy with it if you want, or you can put a nice amount like I did. I want that real forward taste of the curry to shine through. Now, when is the perfect time to put the coconut milk in? The coconut milk goes in at the last minute. When you pour your broth in, you're gonna pour it halfway up the chicken. So if your chicken is this thick, pour your broth in this high. You get the gist? So I'm gonna put a little bit more in. We're gonna let it simmer, and your coconut milk, it should be thick and clumpy like that. That's what real coconut milk looks like. Just always make sure that you're not getting the sweetened kind, because the sweetened kind would be for a dessert. Let this simmer. Now we're gonna let this chicken simmer for about 10 minutes, and keep some extra broth aside because some of your broth will evaporate. After 10 minutes, we're gonna come in and put the bell peppers and the onions and the potatoes in here to begin to cook. To put the veggies in. I'm losing my voice, but we'll make it, right? Get the potatoes in. I got more potatoes to put in, but you know. All right, just like this. Let everything cook up. When the potatoes are done, guess what? The chicken is done. Now let's talk about the curry sauce. It's real watery right now, of course it is. But as it reduces down, and just trust me on this one, it'll reduce down, it'll finally begin to get thick, right? And that starch from the potatoes really helps that out. Okay, make sure you're turning your chicken pieces as well. And when we finish the curry sauce with half of this can of the coconut milk, that's what's going to make it that creamy thickness, the perfect thickness that we're looking for. That's curry. Of course, we're not done yet, but we're getting there, and you can see how everything's coming together. Oh my goodness. Potatoes are nice and soft. All right, so now go ahead, put the tomatoes in. If you want tomatoes, you know, a lot of people don't, but I do. Get them in there, just scatter them just like so. The sauce is nice and thick, and it'll thicken up a bit more. And this coconut milk is really going to bring home like an island feel. You don't have to use a whole lot. Mix in that milk. We're going to get it back onto the stove for maybe just, I don't know, 10 minutes. And guess what? Dinner is served, baby. We're serving this with cornbread and rice. Take a look at this. I put my foot in this. It tastes so good, y'all. Oh my goodness. This is so much fun to make. Y'all, I cannot stop. Me and my cameraman, we cannot stop tasting the sauce. Oh my goodness, feels like you're in Jamaica on a vacation. Sitting out on the beach with your feet out in the sand. This right here is so good. I know. If you enjoyed this video, come in close so they can see. Give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, but you're waiting on, tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Father, on today, We thank you for this meal, your hedge of protection, your love time, your mercy, and your understanding. Oh, Father, I thank you for what you've done and what you're getting ready to do. Amen. Amen. Stay tuned. I'm going to taste a tiny bit because I really want to sit down with my family and eat this. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going in for the sauce, and I have cornbread. Put the curry sauce all over the cornbread. Potato. Oh my goodness. You're going to love this.